Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat to all the sisters out, all the brothers out there. Yahweh Shemiah Shemiah to all the sisters out there. And Priest Officer 5000 Zarak in the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. We're going to go ahead and get started with the Sabbath service. So let's go ahead and begin the Majim, which means stand. La Yasha Allah, which means to Israel. Hachaanakah, which means to face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuka, Taba'a, Ratazah, Kahaya, Asha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Natananawa, Lakam, Kayawam, Wasalatanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalatanawa, Kabawatnawa, Wala'a, Tabia'anawa, Banasana, one, above, Haushanawa, Mayan, Rakaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'alawa, Ta'aparab, La'awalamyam, Aman. Lord's Prayer in English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. But thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. God's the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babu Kushah, Nathanawa, Hakat, Laba'ah, Kelmakalawa, Kelmanawa, Hakat, Latahar, Hamatazarium, Hakat, Lahakwayam, Hamatim, Hakat, Arakawak, Hatama'ala, Lagar, Shan, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the water Aman, Hakat, the power in the English. Yahweh, the name Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. You got the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh Yahushua, wa ma'ata'ala, wa alahayim, matazabya, alawab yahana, Ha'alawapium, Hasaranium, Hakodazanium, Hakakarium, Wa'agwapium, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the water Aman. Blessings in the Hebrew, in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, Commander General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahariya, Ma'ayanya, Ma'ah, Azariya, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemayim, Wa'arakazah, Ayatham, Lamawat, Regaka, Yanawam, Shamaka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamah, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Agad, Yanyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bayayala, Yahweh, Yashamalka, Makara, Yashamal, Abnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamal, Tazaatka, Wabu'atka, Ma'atai, Wa'ait, our lungs. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'ala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. This time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83. In the Hebrew, Alahayim, Al-Damayalaka, Al-Takarash, Wa-Al-Tashikwat, Al-Kayahana, Al-Yabnika, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'arum Yamwasa, Wadawa, Yataya Tazwa, Al-Tazapuwanyaka, Amaru, like a wild in the Kakida, Magoya, Wala Ayazaka, Shamyasha Allah, Awadaka, Ya, Nawa Tazwa, Laba, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Barya, Yakaratwa, Alahaya, Alawam, Waya Shema, Alahaya, Mawa Abu, Wahagariam, Gabor, Wa-Amawan, Wa-Amalak, Palasha, Amyashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Aiman, Mayawa, Zarawa, Labayalawa, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamagin, Kasayasara'a, Kayabian, Banakor, Kayashwan, Nashimadwa, Bayandara'a, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatama, Nadayatmawa, Ka'ara, Wakasa Abu, Wakasa Buck, Wakatazar, Mana'ai, Kaanasi Yakuma, Ashar, Amaru, Naira Shah, Nanawa, Na'awa, Alahayam, Shayatama, Kagagula, Kakwash, Lapayan Rawaka, Ka'ash, Daba Iru Yairu, Wakalahaba, Alaha, Narayam, Kanther Datma, Basairika, Wabasa, Wapaka, Daba Halam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waibakwasha, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabasha, Waibahawa, Ayai, Waikapora, Waibabadwa, Waibdaabwa, Kayata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayawan, Alcohol Ratazah. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies make a tumble, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yahshua may be no more remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabor, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also had joined with them. They have hoped in the children of Lot, Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jephthah, as the brook of Kizon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Or Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests, and make them afraid with thy storms, and fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, and men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right, so, Shabi, which mean to be seated. All right. Most High in Christ. Let's go ahead and get into the scriptures. All right. We're going to start at Exodus 1 and 8 today. All right, we're going to start at Exodus 1 and 8 all the way up to verse 14. Let's get started. We're going to go ahead and get it in the ancient Hebrew. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wayaquam, Malak, Kadash, Al, Matazarium, Ashar, La'ah, Yadai, Ath. Yawasap, verse 9. Wayamar, Al, Amwa, Hana, Im, Banya, Yasha'ala, Rabbah, Wa'atazawam, Mamanwa, verse 10. Haba, Nathak, Kama, Lawa, Pun, Yarabiah, Wahayawa, Kaya, the cry, Rana, Malak Maha, Wana Wasa, Gum, Hawa'a, Al, Shana'a, Yawanwa, One Lakam, Banwa, Wa'ala, Mana, Harataza, verse 11. Waya Shema, Slagan, Waya Shayamawa, Ayawa, Sharaya, Masayam, Lamayan, Ainathwa, Basab, Layam, Latham, Salagya, Wayabun, Araya, Masakanwat, Laparaya, Ath, Patham, Wa'ath, Ra'im Sasa, verse 12. Waka Ashar, Ya'inwa, Athwa, Khan, Yarabah, Wakan, Yapara, Yaparataza, Wayakwa Tazawa, Mapunya, Bunya, Yasha'ala, verse 13. Wayabadwa, Matazarium, Ath, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Baparak, verse 14. Wayamar, Rara, Ath, Kaya, Yaham, Ba'ib Da'a, Quadasha, Bakmara, Wabalabunyam, Wabakar, Ibadia, Bashada, Ath, Cal, Abad-Datham, Ashar, Abadwa, Baham, Baparak. And that's up to verse 15 in the Hebrew. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get it in the English. All right. So we're going to go to the book of Exodus. The book of Exodus chapter 1, verse 8 in the English. Now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Verse 9, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. So this new king that arose up over Egypt, this Pharaoh, he looked at the children of Israel and he said that he saw and realized that they were multiplying, and there was a lot of them. And he understood, and that frightened him right there. That right there frightened him, and he said that they are more and mightier than we. Verse 10, and he said, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us. So get them up out of the land. So this new king over Egypt was a evil man. You know what I'm saying? Like he had ill will towards the children of Israel off Baal. Like he had ill intent already. He looked at them and he said, man, let's deal wisely with them. In his mind, he was saying, because once we go to war with our enemies, they're going to join on to our enemies and fight us, and we'll get defeated. So let's deal wisely with him. This was in his mind. This was set in his heart. And guess what? So he got him up out of the land. Now remember, before he came, before Joseph died, you know what I'm saying? This Pharaoh, this new king over Egypt, he never known Joseph. He don't know the history of Joseph. You know what I'm saying? He don't know that those were Joseph's people. He don't even understand what Joseph even done. How Joseph saved, you know what I'm saying, Egypt out of all of the poverty and the famine that was coming to the land. The things that he forewarned and he seen in the in the future. The Lord gave Joseph a gift to see, you know what I'm saying, to have dreams about the future and what was to come and interpret dreams. So what was to come was, guess what? Egypt was going to get famine in the earth. It was going to be a big famine in the land. And you know what he had to do? He had to start stacking up stuff. He had to start stacking up goods and things like that, just so he can save his land, just so he can save that land of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? He brought his family there. Joseph brought his family there. He brought the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, into that land of Egypt. All right? And then when Joseph died, man, a new king rose up that he never known Joseph. The first thing he did, man, was get the children of Israel up out of the land of Egypt. Get them out of the land. Get them out of the good parts of the land. Right? So then let's keep reading. And it says, therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. All right, so think about that. They got taskmasters set over them to afflict them with burdens. Man, who that sound like? That sound like so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today. You know what I'm saying? America is what? It is Egypt today. You understand? Egypt followed, guess what? America followed and studied Egypt when they had the, you know what I'm saying, God's chosen people in captivity. All right, this was the same things, man. All right, the same exact things. Right now, you seeing that right now. You know, you go to your job, man, they got taskmasters over you, watching over you as those managers, those bosses, man. Any little mess up you do, they're going to write you up. They're going to try to get you fired first and all of these things, man. Like, we are in hell right now. And guess what? Our people was facing that there. And then it said, not only that they was afflicted with burdens, they built for Pharaoh treasure cities. All right, look how so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians built up America for the so-called oppressor right now.
The oppressor, man, is living deliciously off the backs of God's chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel built treasure cities here in America. You understand? When we was picking cotton in the slave fields, our ancestors, man, did what? They was building up this kingdom for the oppressor. All right? You look at these treasure cities like New York, the Big Apple. You understand? You go look at California. You go look at Chicago. Those cities and those skyscrapers and they downtown areas, it look absolutely wonderful. And guess who built those skyscrapers and all those things so you can inherit the benefits? It was the black, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. All right? Let's keep going. Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. So the more burdens that they put on them, you understand? The more they multiply. That shows you how strong the children of Israel is, man. That shows you how strong that we really are as a people. All right, for us to take all of this abuse, to go through chattel slavery, you understand, and then come in here and then go through spiritual slavery, guess what? We still find a way on how to thrive. We still find a way how to feed our families and things like that, man. And that right there grieved the Egyptians. All right. Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and in brick and all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve with rigor. All right. And you talking about they was serving in hard bondage and mortar and in brick. They was building those pyramids over there. Those pyramids was built off hard work off the backs of Israelites. Off the back of the Israelites. That's how those pyramids got erupted and they were established and they was built off the hard work and backs off of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Israelites, according to the Most High. All right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get some more. We're going to go into the book. We're going to start at 15. Wayamar, Malak, Matazarium, Lum Yaladath, Habariath, Ashar, Sham, Hakath, Shapara, or Sham, Hashanyath, Power verse 16, Wamar, Bayalad the Khan, Habariath, Robert Yathan, Al, Habunyam, Bun, Hawa, Wahamatan, Azwa, Wa'am, Bath, Hawa, Wakaya, verse 17. Wath Yaron, Hamya, Lada, Halahayam, Wala'a, Ashwa, Kashar, Debar, Al Yahan, Malak, Matazarium, Wat Kayayan, Ath, Haya, Ladayim. Verse 18. Wayakra, Malak, Matazarium, Lum Yeladah, Wamar, Lahan, Madwa'ai, Ashayatan, Hadabar, Hazahah, with Ka, Yayan, Haya, Ladayim, verse 19. Wathamoran, Hum Yaladah, Para'ah, Kaya, La'ah, Kanshayam, Hamatazaria, Habrayath, Kaya, Hayawath, Hana, Badram, Tabwa'a, Alahan, Hum Yaladat, Wayaladwa, verse 20. Wayayata, Alahayim, Lum Layadah, Wayarab, Haim, Waya, Tazamawa, Ma'ad, verse 21. Wayahaya, Kaya, Yara'ah, Hamayalada, Hayam, Waya Asha, Laham, Bathwam. That's up to verse 22. In the Hebrew, we're going to go ahead and get it in the English. Exodus 1 and 15 in the English. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other was Puah. Verse 16, and he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. All right, so this was an order, man, given from, you understand, the king of Egypt to the midwives of the Hebrew women. All right. And they had an order to it if it was, this was the order right here. That a daughter, that she live. But if it be a son or a daughter, if it be a son, kill him. All right. That's how afraid they were when we were multiplying and we was growing and we were mightier than them. They wanted our sons, our babies to die. That right there is a wicked thing, man. And then it says right here, 16, and he said, 17. But the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. Those women, those midwives were righteous, man. They had the spirit of the Lord on them. They feared the Most High. You understand? Like in the Bible, it tells you that fear is the beginning of wisdom. When you fear the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So they feared the Lord on doing that thing right there. That's why they didn't do it. And that right there is a glorious thing that's always to be remembered. And that shows you how important the culture of being an Israelite is and being the chosen people of the Most High. This right here, it shows you how important it is, man. You understand? Verse 18, and the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing and have saved the men children? And the king of Egypt, this Pharaoh, called unto these sisters and said, why are you saving these men children, right? 19, and the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered heir. The midwives come in unto them. Verse 20, therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mightily. The Lord was with those midwives. Even in the face of their enemies, this to show you like the real true spirit of the Most High. You understand? When somebody is telling you to do the wrong thing and go against your God and go against the Lord that you know you shouldn't do as an Israelite, you got Israelite blood running through your veins, man. You should not be disobeying the laws of God. If you understand any of these laws, you should never disobey them. So with that being said, they understood, man, that it was very wrong to kill those men children. So they didn't do it, and they didn't compromise. This shows you right here in the Bible that you don't have to compromise with your enemy. You don't have to compromise with your oppressor, man, when it comes to your culture. You understand? All right. Verse 21. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. Lord made them houses, man. You understand? That's why you cannot be afraid to take upon your culture in this earth. All right? That's why, you understand, when you get some money, you need to stand up. You need to do what Kanye West did. Go out there, man, and lose it all for the Most High. All right? And that right there is being wise, believe it or not. Standing up and telling the truth in front of your enemies, in front of their faces, man, and telling it on TV and all over worldwide platform that guess what? The real Jews are black people. And he come out and say those things. Now they want to take money from them, and they want to shut them down. They want to close down endorsements and things like that. Well, guess what? That right there shows and indicate what he was saying was actually true. But here's what's more bigger. You understand? The ISUPK since 1969 been telling you that the real Jews are black. Where do you think Kanye West learned that? Where do you think any of these black folks learned that they are the real true Jews in the Bible? They learned that from this right here. They learned that from the Israelite school, Universal Practical Knowledge, the real priests and prophets of the Lord, man. You understand? That being said, we're going to go ahead and close this section out of the Sabbath service. We're going to continue next week. We're going to be going into Exodus, the 2nd chapter. All right. Imagine, which means to stand.
La Yasha'Allah, which means to Israel. I'm going to go ahead and salute the scroll. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakya. Hachaanakah Dam, which means to face the east. I'm going to the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'a, Ratazah, Kahaya, Asha, Ba'aratazah, Kuwa, Haya, Bashemayim, Natalanawa, Lakam, Kayawam, Wasalatanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalatnawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Tabia'anawa, Banasana, Wanabo, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rakaya, Kaya, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wata, Parab, La Awalamyam, Aman. Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Catch the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Baruch Hashem, Nathalanahu, Hakach, Lafa'ah, Kamakala, Wakamanawat, Hakach, Lataha, Hamatazarium, Hakach, Lahakwayam, Hamatium, Hakach, Arakawat, Atama'ala, Ladar Shem, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Wat Aman. Catch the power in the English. Yahweh in the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, and cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Lessons in the Hebrew. Rakata Yahweh Yahushua, Wamaka Allah, Walahayim, Matazabya, Alawap Yahana, Ha'alawapium, Hasaranyum, Hakodazanyum, Hakakayim, Wa'agwakmin Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Wat Aman. Lessons in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, Ma'aka Allah, and Alahayim, Commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Got Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahariya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azaria, Ma'an, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Rataza, Ayatan, Lamawat, Ragaka, Ayanawam, Shemaka, Hana, La'ayanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tazaka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bayayala, Yahweh, Yashemaka, Makara, Yashemar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashemar, Taza'atka, Wabu Atka, Ma'athai, Wa'ait Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83. In the Hebrew, Alahayim, Al-Damayalika, Al-Takarash, Al-Tashakwat, Al-Kayahana, Al-Yadika, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimika, Ya'arum Yamwa, Sawadah, Wayataya Tazwa, Al-Tazapawanika, Amara, Lakawa, Manakaki, Magoya, Wala-Ayazaka, Shamya Sha'ala, Awadaka, Ya, Nawatazwa, Labay, Yakagwa, Ayaka, Baryat, Yakaratu, Alahaya, Adawam, Wayashima, Alahayim, Mawa'aba, Wahagarian, Gabar, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Palashat, Am Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Aiman, Hayawa, Zarawa, Labanya Lawa, Selah, Asha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasayasa Ra'a, Kayabian, Banakor, Yashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda Ra'a, Hayawa, the man La Adama, Shayatamwa, Nadayatmawa, Ka'arab, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakatazar, Mana'ai, Kabnasaya Kamwa, Asha, Amara, Narasha, Lanawa, Na'awat, Alahayam, Shayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapayarawa, Kaka Ash, Taba Ira Ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Katara Datma, Basa Irika, Wabasawa Pasta, Taba Halam, Mala'a, Tanyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Adi, Wayakapara, Wayabadwa, Wayadabwa, Kayata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labatka, Ayawan, Alcohol Rataza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consorted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them up and be in a nation, that the name of Yasharahla may be no more in remembrance. They have consorted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarites, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. The shore also adjoined with them. They have hoped in the children of Lot, Selah, doing to them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Japheth, at the brook of Kizon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make their nobles like a ray, and like Zeb, yea, all the princes at Zebah, Nazalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession, or Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, and as the fire burning wood, and as the flame set of the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm, and fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Saw. Imajim Shabbat, Imajim Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakatah, Yajim Matah, dismiss.